Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Fort David's Pub. Grace Pettis and her new band.
My new old band. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Oh man. Well, yeah, I mean, it kind of is like a new band because, I mean, although I've been playing with Callaway for like 7 years and Katie Marie and Ruby Dice over here have been subbing regularly for many a moon now. This is the first album release show, tour, that I've been able to have my own band with me on, which is pretty cool. And even if it's a reduced capacity, you know, and we're all still in masks and whatnot, like, it's still it feels pretty big time to me is what I'm saying. And I'm really, really happy and excited to be here. I couldn't tell you guys how happy and excited I am to be here, especially with this amazing band. They got me a beer to take off the edge. They were helping me tie up t-shirts because I forgot I had to do inventory on the first day of tour because this is my first time doing this in a year. But yeah, here we are. We made it. First gig of the first tour of a brand new chapter, y'all. Those are glass, ninja from kindergarten class. mixed up. You guys, it's like when you haven't played together for a year, you forget things. Weird. Okay, let's try that again. That's where it is. So sorry. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Shall we? We shall. Again with feeling, please. Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Particle dust, carbon frames holding us, zodiac signs, making patterns in our minds. All our guiding stars are dead, a billion years, billion miles away. Nothing to prove we're enough. It's our turn now to mess things up, and we'll never get it back. Never get it back. Never get it back. Ooh, never gonna get it back. Get it back. Ooh, never gonna get it back. Get it back. They say don't break the glass here unless it's an emergency. But after this past year, don't you think, why shouldn't we? Can we all agree it's you and me that make and break the rules? Nothing to prove except to us. It's our turn now. Mess things up, and we'll never get it back. Never get it back. Never get it back. So try the world on, see if it fits. This moment right now is all that there is. Never get it back. Never get it back. Never get it back. Never gonna get it back. Get it back. Never gonna get it back. Get it back. We're not bodies that rest at all. Grow and we change till we evolve, and the way things are can only take us so far. Nothing to prove we're enough. It's our turn now, and we'll never get it back. Never get it back. Never get it back. Never get it back. Try the world on, see if it fits. This moment right now is all that there is. Never get it back. Never get it back. Never get it back. Never gonna get it back. Get it back. It's our turn now. It's our turn now. Never gonna get it back. Get it back. Thank you. Hey, Carlos, my man. Can I get a little more vocal in this wedge? Is that even possible? I appreciate it. Well, thank you so much for coming out on a Thursday night, you guys, to an indoor location. I appreciate all of you. Bless your vaccinated hearts. Thank you so much. If you just are joining us for the first time, I'm Grace Pettis. That rhymes with lettuce. It's spelled differently. We'll talk about it later. These are songs from my brand new record, Working Woman. And yeah, I actually dreamed this song. It's a little strange. Once I was a paper plane. I was so fragile, so easily unfolded, then gambled on the mercy of the hands I was in, and the whims of the elements. When I was a paper boat, once I was a paper doll. Me and the girls, we played the game, we were identical. Once I was a paper doll. Once I was a paper plane chain, pretending to be strong and knowing I was bound to break. Once I was a paper chain. I was so fragile, so easily unfolded, then gambled on the mercy of the hands I was in, and the whims of the elements. When I was a paper boy, once I was a paper I was so fragile, so easily unfolded, then gambled on the mercy of the hands I was in, and the whims of the elements. When I was a paper boy, once I was a paper boy. Thank you. Well, a few years back, right around the time I joined a band called Nobody's Girl, which we'll do maybe a Nobody's Girl song later, I also wrote an EP with this guy right here, Callaway Rich, and it's called Blue Star in a Red Sky. We do happen to have it available for sale. Just happened to.
Buy it.
So you want to introduce this next song there, buddy?
Yeah, sure. So Grace and I wrote this back in like 2018, and we were trying to figure out, I guess it was like record deal purgatory or something like that, where we were just trying to figure out what to do. We were going to go on tour, and we wanted to promote something, so we made this little EP. And one of the first songs we wrote was like a love song to Austin. We saw it changing and everything, and so like what Austin meant for us. And then COVID came, and so a lot of stuff that was already changing is just gone now. So, like for us, I don't know, this was one of those songs that I really wanted to play tonight just because we haven't played forever, and Austin's just completely different already.
Yeah.
It was a wild year.
Venues and people, and some people died, some people had to move. Venues closed. I mean, it's so different, the whole landscape.
Yeah, it's a rebirth of sorts, I guess, So.
I think so. I think after every dark age, there's a renaissance.
Yeah, and a song like this just to remind ourselves of what the city used to be and what it still can be. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a little butterfly in amber or something.
Drove so late, the sun burned up the darkness and rose with the skyline coming in view. Headed down Congress, 2 streets from my home, running on fumes, 5 minutes from you. Hey, honey, show me a smile. I've been dreaming about you for miles and miles. Blue-bonnet queen, day drinker's dream, most precious thing I found. Single star like a gem in a diadem. Is the city of the violet crown, city of the violet crown. Yacht is on Cesar Chavez, Esperanza, how's the business? College kids at the hole in the wall, hey, how are you tonight? Are the rainbow flags flying on 4th? Are the bats beneath the bridge? Has another high rise put out your light? Hey, honey, show me a sign and let me know that you're still mine. Blue-bonnet queen in a hipster scene, most precious thing I found. Single star is a gem in a diadem. The city of the violet crown, city of the violet crown. Hippies and cowboys drinking the same old dive. Topo and a shiner, 2 stepping side by side, where the west and the south collide like a blue star in a red Blue-bonnet queen, day drinker's dream, most precious thing I found. Single star like a gem in a diadem. City of the violet crown, city of the violet crown. Blue-bonnet queen, day drinker's dream with a violet crown.
Really, I've missed playing with other people, but especially you guys.
I work at the laundromat, pays all right. Walk on eggshells when I come home late at night. Been saving up my paychecks. One day I'll be gone. 'Cause Daddy, he drinks. Sometimes he gets mean. Mama's always been a timid little thing. Might be a sin believer, this town for a girl like me. But my mom loved the sound, and she named me Abilene. Abilene. Have a baby sister, call her Star. She shines right on the darkest places in my heart, and I wish on her, and she keeps me here. I am 16, but I look old for my age. I can talk any boy I know in a drive into someplace, be leaving soon. Star, I swear, 'cause I'm burning up in this Texas heat. The fire fills me up like I was made of gasoline. There ain't nothing in this town for a girl like me. But my mom loved the sound, and she named me Abilene. Abilene. Me, I'm living down there. Me, I'm living with the weight of who I should be, right where I should be. Well, I'm leaving you today. I am burning. I am burning. Ain't nothing in this town for a girl like me. But my mom loved the sound, and she named me Abilene.
Guitar is not wanting to stay in tune tonight.
It's like they haven't done this in a year.
It's like they haven't done this in a year. I know. He's been playing a lot in my little trailer studio, but not in public. He's shy.
Takes a while.
Takes a while. It's funny, like, it's not just the music and remembering, like, who starts the song and when the drums come in. There's all that, but there's also just, like, the mechanics of being a performer and being on tour. How to talk to a crowd. How to pack your car.
How to talk to people.
How to talk to people in general. Yeah. You just how to play for longer than 30 minutes to the internet, you know? Like, all of it. It's just, I didn't realize what 10 years of, like, you know, doing the same thing every weekend, you get used to it, and then you're not used to it, and you're like, ooh. But anyway, hence me babbling on like this, interrupting the flow of the show. It's great. It's great.
Haven't you seen me? Haven't you heard? Haven't you noticed I'm slurring words, swinging shivering cold. Heaven help me like a lightning bolt. Somehow I have to find it in me. 1, 2, 3. Pick me up, carry me on my way. Pick me up until my dying day. Pick me up whenever I fall back down. Pick me back up when I hit the ground. So you're never fighting pound for pound, but you keep your fists up another round. And I'm gonna take it and ask for more, even down here from the floor. Biding my time and taking my licks. 4, 5, 6. Pick me up, carry me on my way. Pick me up until my dying day. Pick me up whenever I fall back down. Pick me back up when I hit the ground. Yeah. Hold on, 'cause you have to. Keep on, 'cause you can. Over and over again. Pick me up, carry me on my way. Pick me up until my dying day. Pick me up, carry me on my way. Pick me up until my dying day. Pick me up whenever I fall back down. Pick me back up when I hit the ground.
Oh man, it feels so great to be vaccinated and playing music and like rehearsing with a band, but it's also a little bit like inertia, you know, this principle that objects and motions remain in motion. So it's hard for me to like adjust to like things being relatively okay, just like because I'm still in that swing, you know. So we'll get there eventually. We'll settle in a little more, I think. Maybe it'll take a few beers. We'll see. But one thing that did come out, the pandemic was so strange for me personally. There were so many different pandemics, right? Like every couple months it was a completely different emotional experience. And I look back and it's just one big long blur. But I remember, you know, I don't know if it was like this for everybody, but I've spent the past 10 years being gone most of the time on tour. And I suddenly was home with the person that I married for like the entire time. And I think that, like, we've never been together longer than like a couple weeks before I would like hit the road again. So it was actually really great. It turns out we like each other. Like, you know, I like, go figure that the person that I decided to spend my life with, I actually like hanging out with. So yeah, anyway, I wrote him this little love song pretty recently, a couple weeks ago, I think, and it's my newest, I think my newest song. Yeah, but I think one thing that we all learned is what actually matters and what actually doesn't.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. What she said.
We all learned that. somehow. So here you go. This is for you, post-pandemic, in full swing, waiting to settle.
The two of us here intertwined. The thought that's come into mind is everything is bullshit. Everything is bullshit. Except for this, it's bullshit. We don't make sense at first glance. They said we don't stand a chance. Baby, that's bullshit. Everything is bullshit. Except for this, it's bullshit. And the world will just cancel our plans. Let 'em all fall through our hands. Leaning to each other with our backs against the wind. 'Cause everything is bullshit. Except for this. Vintage Hollywood stars. Now nobody knows who they are. 'Cause everything is bullshit. Everything is bullshit. Except for this, it's bullshit. Locations and minimum wage. It's all getting clearer with age. How everything is bullshit. Everything is bullshit. Except for this, it's bullshit. 'Cause the world will just cancel our plans. Watch 'em all fall through our hands. We lean into each other with our backs against the wind. 'Cause everything is bullshit. Except for this. Just this very ordinary love. Spending the moments all adding up. Nothing so precious as the simple stuff. Another pair of lovers shares 100,000 kiss. And everything is bullshit. Except for this. Nothing I love more than you. It's something I know to be true. Everything is bullshit. Everything is bullshit. Except for this, it's bullshit. Everything is bullshit. Except for this.
Thanks, guys. Well, I have a record coming out tomorrow. Yeah. And something about the clarification that I got from 2020 allowed me, something about that cocktail of fear and anger and defiance and euphoria at playing with people again, allowed me to record a record that I'm really proud of. And this is a song that we recorded on the record, made it in Nashville. I drove out there. I would have made it in Austin and used my own Rolodex, but it was pandemic times, so me going there was easier than all of them coming here or something. So my producer Mary's in Nashville. That's where we made the record. And then we sent it off. We made the record in 4 days. And we sent it off to a bunch of special guests that were sort of long shots that we wanted to get on the record, maybe 5 or 6 of them. And then all of them said yes. So they all sent in their guest vocals from wherever they happen to be. We got Ruthie Foster. We got Dara Williams. We got the Watson twins. Mary Bragg sang on the song. Trying to think, who else am I forgetting? Oh yeah, the Indigo Girls. And that's a direct result of my label owner, Rachel Sage, who she swings big, you know? She just asks. She walks in like she owns the place, and then eventually she does. So she asked the Indigo Girls, and they said yes, and they sent in this vocal from their studio in Atlanta where they recorded it. And I haven't actually met them yet because it all happened over the pandemic. But I grew up in Decatur, which is where they're from, there and Alabama, back and forth. And the song is an apology to my gay best friend from high school, who came out right after we graduated, and who I really messed up with, you know. And we're from a really small town, and there was just a very, very small list of people that he called. And I was on that list because I was a trusted person. And he courageously showed me his true self. And then I responded with a bunch of canned answers. And I did not respond with seeing him and with loving him and accepting him in that moment. So, you know, over the years, we sort of drifted apart, and I had apologized, but I don't think it really was sinking in for him or for me. And maybe because we understood each other so well when we were 17, I just felt like I needed him to understand. So I wrote an apology as a song, and it was never meant to be played on stage or anything. It was just for him. And he really loved the song, and it was great because it allowed us to kind of become friends again as adults and meet each other again for the first time, you know, for the second time. And it's been a really beautiful thing. So I put out the song as like a ballad, and then my producer Mary was like, this needs to be an up-tempo Southern rock song. So we did it that way. And we sent the Indigo Girls a number of songs, but they chose to sing on this one. And I stood in my little trailer studio when I got the parts flown in over the interweb. And I just stood there and cried for a while. Because it was just such a cosmic and karmic and redemptive moment for me. So I hope that it means something to you, but yeah, you know, if there's somebody out there that you owe an apology to, I hope you don't waste any more time. And if you are owed an apology that will never come, I hope this will serve in the meantime. This is a song called Landon.
From the day we met, I was never the same. You were the mascot at the football game. Big brown eyes in a wildcat suit. Hugging your knees outside the classroom. Favorite child of a single mother. Loved you more than a boyfriend, more than a brother. Drove yourself to church every Sunday. We swore we'd make it out of this town one day. And I called you a sinner, and ain't no sin bigger, and there ain't one damn thing wrong with you. And
Thanks very much. We're going to do one more song for you, and then we're going to take a break. I have no idea what time it is. You don't have to tell me. I don't care.
She's back, y'all. She's back.
This one is one I wrote for my very good friend, our very good friend, Rachel Reese. And she's one of those that had to leave Austin because, you know, they lost all their day gigs and they had to move, but they're doing well. They went back to Oklahoma, which is where they're from. She and Jesse LaFave, her husband, and their little baby Noah, who is very sweet. And I love Rachel because she's like a survivor, and I love people who are survivors. And like the whole state of Oklahoma is a survivor, so I love that state too. And that's all I got to say about this song. If you want to, we have copies of the new CD over there. You can purchase them. We have Blue Star and Red Sky for sale as well. Do we have any Ruby Dice CDs with us tonight? Yeah, I've got some. We've got some Ruby Dice CDs in her guitar case, which makes for a cool display. And also Andrew Holmes, our fabulous opener. How about a hand for Andrew? Yeah, He does not have CDs for sale, but that's only because he's working on a brand new album, which is going to be out in a few months. But until then, I believe he's going to put out a piece of paper, and you can put your email address on that, and then you can stay in touch because big things are on the way for that guy. So you wanna get in on the ground level. So with Mr. Andrew Holmes. Okay. Thank you so much for sticking around. We'll be back in a minute. take, I don't know, 15, something like that. And then we'll be back. Thanks, everybody.